Hi, my name's Jess, and I'm going to answer some questions for Cosplay Nation. The first question is, why do you cosplay? And I started cosplaying because I heard about anime conventions and was going to attend one, and the idea of dressing up as a character seemed very appealing to me. Uh, and it's fun to make the costumes. Also very frustrating, but mostly fun. And it's a good sense of accomplishment when you're done. What got me into cosplay? Um, it would be one of my friends from high school. She talked about going to conventions a lot and all the different costumes that she had made, and it seemed really cool. So I wanted to make a costume for when I finally got to go. How did you make your cosplay? Um, I made this one. It's based on a balaclava, which is kind of like a ski mask, and it's got foam on the inside, giving it shape and elastic so that the jaw can move, and then a lot of faux fur and hot glue. Um, it was a really big project that took a few months working on it, like piece by piece, and I think it came out pretty sweet. So, mm. um, do you have to be in character to cosplay? I don't think you do. I think it's really cool when people are in character when they cosplay because it's just like a little extra oomph. And it's really neat to see somebody who's really dedicated. But if you're not, it's not really a big deal. Like nobody really cares if you're just yourself dressed up as somebody else. Um, is there an easy cosplay that people should try? Uh, some cosplays are easier than others. You know, some of them look just like regular everyday clothing. Some of them are really detailed and crazy looking. And obviously, the ones that look like regular clothes are going to be a lot easier. And if you're gonna make something more complicated, you have to try and either make your own pattern or alter a pre-existing pattern, and that's a lot of time and a lot of work. And props are also extraordinarily difficult to make if you don't have any experience with it beforehand. It's a lot of trial and error. So, you know, some of them are easier than others, but it's up to you what you want to cosplay. Like, if you want to start off with something difficult, then start off with something difficult. Just take your time and work on it bit by bit. Start real early. Does a cosplay have to be perfect? No, I don't think anybody really cares if it looks perfect or not. There's some people want their cosplay to look perfect, and that's fine. But if you don't care about the mistakes that you've made, or, it gives it character, then, why not? Artistic liberty, it's always fun. I like seeing twists on costumes, instead of seeing the same character over and over again, you see one that's a little different because somebody decided to try something a different way or do it in their own, like, style. So, it's always fun to see. Advice for first timers. My advice is to, cosplay something that you want to cosplay. Like, don't feel like you're forced into something because it's easy or, because your friends are doing it. Like, pick something that you want to do and then like plan it out, like real detailed, plan it out, write down things, draw pictures, get a lot of references, and then start working on it well in advance because if you haven't done this before, cramming it in the last minute is extremely difficult and really stressful. So if you start early, you can work on it piece by piece and slowly before the con happens, you will slowly have completed your costume, hopefully. Um, Is there a confidence level one should have before cosplaying? No, no. You don't have to be good at like sewing or making things. If you've done it yourself, people will be impressed. Yeah, it might not look great if it's the first time you've ever sewn anything, but people will still be impressed that you did it yourself. It's a lot of hard work, and with practice, you'll get better. And as long as you have the confidence when you're wearing it, then it'll be fun. Is it a welcoming community? Yes, I believe so. I see people from like shows and genres I've never seen or heard of, and they're always really excited to see me in my costumes. People are very supportive of one another. You can go onto a board and be like, hey, I have a question about cosplay. How can I do this? Or where can I find that? And people you don't even know will provide links, will give you advice, things that they've tried before that have worked or haven't worked, things to avoid. And it's just very welcoming, very helpful, and they're all really nice and friendly people. Now, let's see. Tell a little bit about my character. This costume I made was Growlithe from Pokemon. Um, he's a fire type Pokemon. He's like a little dog tiger. They're really adorable. They work on the police force with Officer Jenny. This precious baby. It's just his head right here. But yeah, I think it's a pretty sweet character. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. So, uh, how do you feel about commissioned cosplays and professional modelers of cosplay? Commissioned cosplays are cool if you have the willpower and like I don't know, if you don't get extremely frustrated making costumes and you're good at it, why not, sell costumes? I think that's pretty cool. And people who buy commissioned costumes, why not, some people don't want to sew. Some people are afraid of stepping into learning how to sew. And, it's definitely tricky. So I have no problems with commissioned cosplays. I know some people don't think they're as good, but they are because they took just as much time and effort to make. Just because the person wearing it didn't make it doesn't make it any less good. And professional modelers for cosplay, I think they're pretty cool. It's nice to see somebody who usually looks like the character, like almost spot on. And it's a little inspiring, especially when you see the costumes that they're wearing, because you're just like, I want to make something that cool. So, yeah. Hi.